I didn't tell him dinner is ready, so my husband and I have been married for 4 years. I'm the one who cooks. He handles the yard, takes out the trash, deals with anything that needs fixing around the house, which is fair, I know that. But dinner has always been mine. I get home at 5, he gets home around 6:30 or 7, and it just made sense that way. I genuinely like cooking. That part was never the issue. For most of those 4 years, the routine was good. I'd have something on the stove by the time he walked in, he'd change, come down, we'd eat, talk about our days. Normal. He always said I was a good cook, which sounds like nothing, but it actually meant something to me. About 6 months ago, he started coming home later, sometimes 8, sometimes closer to 9. He's in sales and said he was taking clients out more because he was close to hitting a big number. He seemed stressed, he seemed tired, and when he did come home, he ate whatever I made and thanked me and fell asleep on the couch. I told myself to be understanding about it. 2 weeks ago, on a Tuesday, I made pot roast. Had it going in the slow cooker since that morning. The house smelled incredible. I texted him at 4 that dinner would be ready by 6:30 and he texted back, sounds good. I set the table at 6:15. At 6:45, he still wasn't home and hadn't responded to my second text. I served myself a plate and sat down and ate alone. He got home at 9:20. I was already in bed. He came upstairs and asked why I hadn't saved him anything. I told him I'd kept it warm for 2 hours, but it dried out. He sighed and said he should have texted me. I said yeah. He went back downstairs and made a sandwich. That night, I picked up his phone to check the kitchen timer I'd set on it. We swap phones all the time for random things, no passwords between us. Nothing hidden. Or so I thought. His messages were right there on the screen. There was a thread with someone named Tara. I don't know anyone named Tara. The most recent message from her was timestamped 8:53 that evening. It said same time next week, and below it, his reply, can't wait. I put the phone down exactly where it was. I went to sleep. I didn't say anything the next morning. Didn't bring it up, didn't snoop further, didn't cry about it in the car. I made dinner the rest of that week. Called him down every night, same as always. He came, we ate, he told me about work stuff, I asked questions. I don't know how I did it, except that something in me had just decided not to yet. Not until I knew what I was going to do. This past Thursday, I made chicken thighs with roasted potatoes. He texted at 5:30 that he was on his way. I took the pan out of the oven at 6:20 and set it on the stovetop. I sat down at the table, I looked at my plate, and I just didn't go to the stairs. I ate. It was actually really good. I washed my dish, poured a glass of wine, and took my book to the couch. He came downstairs around 7:10, freshly showered. Did you eat already? Yeah. You didn't call me. I know. I forgot. He looked over at the stove. How long has it been ready? Maybe an hour. He got this look, not quite angry, just baffled, like a rule he'd always taken for granted had stopped applying. You always call me. I know. Tonight I forgot. He heated up a plate while I read. Ate standing at the counter. Put his dish in the sink. Then he came into the living room and leaned against the doorframe. Is something going on? No. Why? Because you forgot to call me for dinner. In 4 years you've never done that. I was absorbed in my book. I'm sorry. He watched me for a second. Then he said he didn't buy it. Said if I was upset about something I should just say it instead of making weird little statements like this. I said I wasn't upset, I just forgot. He said nobody forgets something they've done every single night for 4 years. I looked up at him. I'll remember tomorrow, I said. He went upstairs without another word. That was 3 days ago. Since then he's kissed me good morning, asked how my day was, texted me on his lunch break like nothing is different. And every night I've stood at the bottom of the stairs and called up that dinner's ready. Same as always, and he comes down and we eat and I smile at the right moments. I have a meeting with a family attorney on Friday afternoon. I told him I have a dentist appointment. He thinks I just forgot.